Urging everyone, especially young graduates here, that agriculture is the future for our country and our life.
I welcome everyone here. I'm here not representing only my institute, but also I'm representing a vision for a brighter future in Africa.
All right, the purpose of this 2025 Researchers Investors Summit is to bring together researchers and investors on board to be able to, network and also brainstorm on the way forward for the Ghana agriculture sector transformation agenda.
We need other measures that will complement the insecticide. So we did a lot of work throughout the country, and we were able to come out with one potent biological agent, a microbial. So we did a lot of work in the laboratory to screen and purify them, and we did a trial in a screen house, and also did a trial in open field. And I must say, in all the stages, they were potent and comparable to any insecticide that you can think of. So if you look at these pictures, the one on the extreme left shows some of the screening that we did in the lab, where our agent was able to kill the fall armyworm larvae. And you can see on the last three on the right, the fall armyworm being killed by this bioagent. Now, I just want to show just a shot of the performance of our bioagent. When we look at the bars here, the one on the extreme left here, this one. So this is the commercial, one of the commercial insecticides that's imported. And this is also a synthetic insecticide. And the yellow one is our agent that we use. So if you look at the bars, those that having the same letters show that their ability to kill the fall armyworm are comparable to that of the commercial insecticide on the market. So what is the way forward, and what are we looking out for? In fact, we want an industry player to collaborate with us to go to the final stage where we have a handy product for commercial use. So first, we have to finalize the formulation aspect, and then we commercialize it for anyone who is interested to buy and apply on the field. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. There will be a session for questions. So the next on the bill will be Dr. Michael Osei, also from the Crops Research Institute of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. Doc, please let's appreciate him. So we have all the questions when they are done. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. So I'm also going to present to you some innovations we have from the Horticulture Division of CSR Crop Research Institute with the title Unlocking the Potential of Horticultural Crops, Innovation from Crop Research for Commercialization and Investment. This is going to be the order of my presentation. I'll give you a brief introduction, followed by some crop improvement innovations, climate smart agri innovations, commercialization potential, and then conclusion. So by way of introduction, I'd like to say that with the Horticulture Division, our presence is first at Kwadasu Station and Fumiswa, and then the session is divided into four: the vegetable session, the tree and fruit crop session, industrial crop session, plantain and banana session. For the purpose of this presentation, I'll dive more into the vegetable section. You agree with me that vegetables are important for their nutritive values, talk of vitamins A and the minerals as well, income generation, economic value, and then, of course, impact on the environment. For uses, you agree with me, they are used in several ways for soup, stew, salad, etc., as you can see here. Now, despite the economic importance, the industry is faced with several challenges, some of which include poor yielding varieties, biotic and abiotic stresses, referring to pests and disease for biotic, and then drought, heat, and salinity for abiotic, lack of quality vegetable seeds, the current climate variability and change, and of course, irrigation challenges. In the case of tomato, which is consumed in almost every household daily, currently annual domestic demand is over 1 million metric tons, of which we can produce about 50%. The deficit supplied by Burkina Faso, but chunk of it from China and other European countries. In the case of pepper, we are not doing bad. Even though the annual domestic is 107,000, we're able to produce between 77,000 and 108. But the challenge is that the yield per unit area for hectare is far below the achievable for globally. What are some of our crop improvement innovation? And so for the vegetable technologies, we have developed and released 2 tomato varieties, developed and released 2 pepper varieties, and we currently develop and selected some elite lines of ginger, turmeric, okra, and snake tomato. So for our variety, we have 2 open pollinated varieties, CRI Kwabna Kwabna and Copia tomato. Unique about this variety, what are the commercialization potential with this innovation for investors to pick? So one, with the tomato, the variety that we have released, the law mandates that we can only produce what we call breeder and foundation seed. And then for certified seed, we need industry, private organization. So as I speak, we have Agri-Commercial Service Limited based in Wenchi, who is actually producing certified seed for this release. Even though he opted for sow production, we still want to invite many investors to come to this area so that you can also take it up to produce seeds. This is very lucrative. And then, of course, because of the high breast of the tomato, we can produce or process it into paste, into purees, as you can see right here in Ghana. In our research institute, we had a food session where they do a lot of these things, and once you come in, they can help you to, transfer some of these things. And then the nursery technology needs to be scaled up. So we need investors to go to the major tomato growing areas, set up the nursery, and then farmers can come and nurse their seeds, pay some money, and then take the seedlings back to plant. We need to establish large-scale grafting facilities. So issues with soil is actually coming up. Even for those growing in greenhouses, there are issues with bacterial wilt, root nematode, almost all the soil-borne disease. So where they have invested so much in this greenhouse, grafting can be a way to also solve some of these problems. For our pepper, the story is not different. This was released in 2005. As we speak, we don't have a private organization coming in to produce this. Meanwhile, it has the potential for export. And so we want to use this forum to invite as many investors who can hear us and see us to actually come and try some of these and then package it and market it. It has export and domestic market, and then we can scale the nursery technology for pepper growing areas in Ghana. And then with our ginger, even though this is about to go through the varietal release, it requires private organization to invest. We're talking about what research is doing. If you don't invest money into research, how do you get a product? Go to developed countries. They give money to research, start with them, and then once the product comes out, they take it out. What happens in Ghana here? You don't see private people, investors investing. And then you finish and they want to share a certain percentage. It doesn't work like that. Put money into research right away, and then we know when we finish, a private organization is going to pick it up. Otherwise, most of our products are on the shelves because nobody is coming for it. So start with us, with your funds, and then pick the product of this innovation. Just a few here to promote sustainable agriculture and ensure food security. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Please don't go. I saw something of high interest. On a lighter note, that Kwabna variety. What is the brain behind that? I'm wondering if that Kwabna can come and invest in that variety.
That's a good question. This Kwabna is not a musician we know. You notice that this one has a prefix, CRI Kwabna. So the name of the breeder and the source of the seed, Kwabena Kwabena. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Michael Olosei actually is my mate at TIMS, so he's a brother. We will have the last one, but I think the technicians want to change something. So if you have questions for the first two speakers, you are free to do so. So remember, we've been showcasing a session on from lab to the market with our select group of researchers presenting innovations with strong commercial potentials. The last speaker will be Dr. Frank Aidan, who is an animal scientist here at the KNUST. But like I said, if you have questions for the first two presentations, you are free to do so before we take the presentation from our last speaker. Our lunch is ready, so please, very soon, I promise you, in the next 25 minutes, we should be done. Any questions so far for the first two speakers? Yes, please.
So, you guys, they are government bodies, right? So why can't they lay out their program, like the Feed Ghana program, so that they will give this seed to the farmers, so that they'll be able to plant it, like rather than waiting for private investors to come and then, patronize this seed. Like they should have a program so that they will give it to the farmers, so that they'll be able to spread out these new varieties.
So when we start working, we work with farmers, but then on the field, we use a code. And once you release it, as I mentioned, you produce breeder seed, foundation seed. You have to bring in a private organization, do certified seed, and package it, then sell it. So you can't quickly go to farmers and say, I'm giving to you. But at the level of the farmers, we do what we call demonstration, where we demonstrate to them. So once they show interest, the seeds are ready, then they will chase for the seeds, then come and plant. Thank you. Maybe director on to add.
Okay, Prof. You've been cornered, but don't worry, there is another intervention somewhere.
I just want to know, because I used to go to Crop Research Institute in Fumesa for my rice foundation or seeds most of the time, and I'm used to plant other crops, other varieties, which has been released by Crop Research Institute. And my actual question is for the vegetables. I just want to know if I go to Crop Research Institute in Kwada, so is it possible to get some of the vegetable seeds over there? Thank you.
It's something we are actually working on. We haven't completed, but I think if we are able to do more about it, we should be able to reduce feed costs by 10 to 15%. So today I'm looking at utilizing egg and snail shells. Hopefully I don't do it like I'm teaching. Let me try and make it more friendly than the normal classroom thing. So I'm Dr. Frank Aiden. I've been with the Animal Science Department for a while. And my research focus is on alternative ingredients. So I try as much as possible to find out what can be used to reduce the cost of feed. As I indicated some time back, feed costs about 70 to 80% of the production cost. And in Ghana here, we don't pay attention to the very simple things we can do to reduce our cost. So today's presentation is focused on poultry. If we come to Ghana, we consume a lot of poultry. But the unfortunate thing is that when we come to the chicken meat that we consume, only about 20 to 30% of them are produced here. About 70% to 80% of them are imported. For that matter, we all the time have issues with foreign exchange. But if we should focus on improving production, we could enhance food security, and for that matter, reduce poverty. Now, in homes some time back, almost every household has some little local fowls where during Christmas or any other festivities, we can pick one or two and then use. That's not what we are trying to talk about here. We are looking at commercialization. Commercial farms are the way to go. So if we have 2 or 3 fully operational commercial farms, which are doing about 1 million beds, to be better than having, let's say, 100,000 farmers each doing 100 beds. Because cost of production in small-scale farming is always very high compared to commercial farms. So if we improve the capacity of commercial farms, they can then use the small-scale farmers as outgrowers, help them with the innovations to be able to get to where they are to get. So in Ghana, the poultry industry is very important. So the implication of using this is the fact that it can help to reduce feed costs, which can increase profitability of the industry, and for that matter. So in terms of research, we are looking at the best practices for safety and also the inclusion level. How much can we include that will result in optimum performance? Is it 4%? Is it 2%? Is it 5%? So we need more research to test the different levels. And for that, when we are able to do that, we can get the right amount to be used. And then creating of awareness and training. So the awareness is what we are doing here right now, trying to tell you the potential of these products that we throw away. We all the time see the females that go around and sell the eggs. After selling the eggs, we don't know how they dispose them off. But if they know that after selling the eggs, you can bring the shells for an additional amount of money, we will reduce the littering that we do with them, and then we can also create an additional income for such people. So once the supply chain is properly instituted, then we can go full scale in creating eggshell and snail shell meals for animal use. So the key takeaway for this simple but impactful research is the fact that when we incorporate egg and snail shells, we can reduce cost of production in terms of feed, and then we can also reduce over-reliance on imported calcium and phosphorus sources for our birds. Thank you very much for your attention.
It's almost 3:30. You know, I promised that I was going to stick to the time, but we also appreciate the fact that we were 1 hour late. And how good and pleasant it is when we have a woman speaking for the last. We've seen all the presentations were led by the men. And so I want us to end it beautifully with a beautiful lady from the Crops Research Institute, Dr. Priscilla Francisco Ribeiro will be ending this particular session. Then our chair, of course, will help us close this first day of the 2-day summit. Please, let's appreciate her.
It's a general question, and I don't know who is going to respond to. Or I should answer them.
Okay, so I'm starting from the last question, and it's also linked up with my friend from the farmer. Yes, so the seed industry for the cereals and the legumes is much more developed. Okay, so we do the breeder seed, we do the foundation seed, and then the certified seed. On the side of the vegetable seed, the seed industry in Ghana is very weak. So it is now that the breeders have come out with varieties, and we are initiating that. So one of the big areas that investors can put money in is vegetable seed, and it's a very difficult thing to do. You know how tiny the seeds are. Yeah. So we need investors to put money into vegetable seed, and that's exactly why we are here. We are hoping to meet a lot more investors so that we can strike those deals. Any other thing that they talked about? Okay, so even the thing about research being on the shelf is not fully true. Okay, we do a lot of dissemination, and we take a lot of things to farmers. The challenge we have is that we need people with big pockets. You understand big pockets? People with money. Kudi. To invest in this technology so that the impact will be higher it will be bigger at the higher level. So for instance, a few years now, we have been working with people like Josmon to invest in rice. Okay. So it's not really true that the research is all on the shelf. In fact, we develop these technologies with farmers. It is just that we need people who have money to invest in these technologies. And if you are a young person, you want to go into agriculture, many of the government policies now, they are helping young people to go into agriculture. But you have to have a passion for it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I know you are all tired with the male voices. You need to hear the female voice. Women in agriculture, can you give me a wave? Women in agriculture. Yes, that's us. So I'm here to give a short speech about seeding a brighter future, cereals divisions, innovation varieties for sustainable food systems. Okay, so I welcome everyone here, and I'm here not representing only my institute, but also I'm representing a vision for a brighter future in Africa. A future where every person has access to nutritious food, where every farmer is empowered to thrive, and where our continent is able to feed itself. So for cereal division, we have this passion, and we believe that this is within our reach. So let's join us in making this vision a reality through innovative cereal varieties and partnerships. I must say we have released a number of varieties. For rice, we have over 20 varieties, and for maize, we have over 40 varieties. But for the purpose of this presentation, I'm happy to share with you our latest ones that we have released. So for rice, we have CRI Enapa. Enapa is high yielding. The potential is 9 tons per hectare. It is tolerant to blast. It is nitrogen use efficient, and it's also tolerant to drought. I'll be showing a lot of these varieties that we have released recently. We have Agra rice. Agra rice is in a system, and I believe some of you have heard about Agra rice. Its potential yield is 8 tons per hectare, and also very good. It has good cooking quality, and it has aroma. In fact, when you go to the field and you are in the field of Agra rice, it's like a perfume rice. So that's its quality. We also have CRI Amankwetia. Amankwetia, the yield is 8 tons per hectare. It also has good cooking quality, and it also has aroma. Then we have CRI Tuomo. As the name implies, it's very, very good for rice balls. And its yield is also about 8 metric tons per hectare. It's also tolerant to blast and RYMV. Then we have CRI Nkomo. Nkomo is a special variety. Its yield is 7.5 tons per hectare and very resistant to the MSV disease. Now, looking at the economics of maize production in Ghana, let's just look at only 1 acre, because most of us are students, we don't have money. If you have only about 7,000 Ghana cedis and you go for 1 acre of maize production, after harvesting, when you sell, you are going to get a profit of about 8,000, and which is good money for a start, isn't it? So we should all go into maize farming. Now, what we want from our investors, if they are here, is that you join us or you partner us in the production and sales of seeds, and also come and take exclusive or non-exclusive licensing of our hybrids. And with that, you have the mandate to produce the hybrid solely. Then we also provide agronomic services where we train farmers as to how to, in good agronomic practices, and also how to produce good quality seed. So in conclusion, I will say that we all know that transforming African agriculture requires collaboration and partnership. So we are seeking our investors, partners, stakeholders, even students to share in our passion for improving the lives of African farmers and community. And together, I hope we can unlock the potential of our cereal varieties and create a brighter future for agriculture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We can do better, or you are tired. Give it to her, the only lady among the men. Yeah, thank you very much for this beautiful presentation. So, the mic is going back to the MC.
Yes, we are very hungry, so we need to leave early. So I'll call on the chair, Professor Mazola Sante, to give us his closing remarks. Please, let's appreciate him.
Thank you very much. I'll be very brief. I think it's been a good day. But the media, I hope the media is still here. Yes, so please, we want this message to go out. Okay, that researchers have developed a lot of technologies. We have presented a few here. Pesticides, cereal technologies, rice and maize especially, and then the vegetables. Tomorrow we'll talk more about root and tubers and legumes. So we want to go beyond dealing with small-scale farmers. We want people in the industry to partner with research. Either they come for the products that already exist, or they come and sponsor research with specifications of what exactly they want, so that we deliver those products to them. It does not go to the private sector alone. It also goes to government. In the Feed Ghana program going on, research, R&D has to be a major part of it. Everything that is being done, R&D can help to make it better. With that, I think we have a good day tomorrow. Today, I think tomorrow will be better. Please join us tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Please, it's been a good day with our chair. Let's appreciate him one more time. Yes, we are almost at the tail end. Dr. Mary Asante will be giving us a vote of thanks. Tomorrow, remember that we will be deepening our engagement through mentorship, matchmaking, and action planning. Very important for all of us. You never know where your business development idea will come from. So let's make it a point. Doc.
We thank you all, especially our chairman, our guest speakers, our senior members, researchers, students, farmers, CEOs, and all present. You have really honored the occasion, and tomorrow we'll continue in the same manner. We say thank you, and God bless you.
Rev, please close up the prayer. Please, our former director of Agric in Ashanti region is closing us.
Thank you very much. I think we'll stand up. We've sat down for a long time as we close. Father God, we thank you for starting with us. As we are ending, we are not leaving your presence. We pray that you see us through our journey back home. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Please remember to have your chits for lunch. See Dr. Asante for that. Tomorrow is downstairs, actually. The break is downstairs. Tomorrow, 12, we'll be back. Thank you all for coming.
I'm urging everyone, especially the young graduates here, that agriculture is the future for our country and our life.
I welcome everyone here. I'm here not representing only my institute, but also I'm representing a vision for a brighter future in Africa.
All right, the purpose of this 2025 Researchers Investors Summit is to bring together researchers and investors on board to be able to, network and also brainstorm on the way forward for the Ghana agriculture sector transformation agenda.